Hello and welcome. This is Lisa of Inner Wisdom Awakening here with your November energy forecast. I am offering so much love, unconditional love to your eternal light in this moment and in all the moments that are to come. This journey of becoming a new human is a pretty wild ride. And I would like to say that November is a massive continuation of expansion, next level ascension, and tremendous opportunity for you to move through the portal of yet the next level of awakening. So as with all things, if you like what's happening here, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. That's how the messages of spirit that move through me get to the world. Thank you for your support, for your love, and for your presence here on planet Earth at this most significant time. So let's dive into November. Let's start with the astrology. We are in Scorpio season. You are feeling that activation. And the good news is that November is going to move some of these retrograde planets into to right some of the retro, if you will, which is going to give a sense of some greater freedom, some greater movement, really giving you the opportunity to get some of your projects, some of your desires, some of your plans, getting them moving forward a little bit. It's been a really intense and interesting journey through October to get things moving. And it's taught us so much about allowance, right? About attaching to nothing, allowing for everything. And if it is not now, then it is in divine timing. And this continues because this is really the journey of becoming new humans, is moving in accordance with, not in opposition to, all things. So Scorpio season, new beginnings, take some brave risks. You are going to have lots of opportunities coming up through the end of this year to take some big, bold risks, big, bold movement, big, bold proclamations, big, bold truths are going to be available more and more for you. And Scorpio season really activates this for you. We have a new moon that will be on November the 15th. It's a new moon in Scorpio. Since we are in that sun sign, it will be a very intense sweep of new beginnings. New moons are always new beginnings. This one's going to come with a little bit of that fiery activation of like, it is time now to do something new. Whatever you've been procrastinating, whatever you've been waiting for, this new moon's going to bring that sequence and that frequency of it is time now. And the numerology of this month also supports that new beginning. We're also going to have a full moon in Gemini on the 30th of this month, of November, which also is going to bring with it a lunar eclipse. And so begins eclipse season. So, no shortage of opportunities for massive ascension, great awakening, and complete transformation. Why would we do anything else in this year of 2020? Numerology, we enter an 11 month. My favorite number, that is my number 11. It is the number of mastery. It's about spirituality. It's about the divine. It's an ascension number. It's about awakening. It's about unification. The one is always the fresh new starts. The one mirrored with the one is the complete activation of the new. So we've been deconstructing so much over this last 11 months to reconstruct, to construct something new. The construction, the strong foundations of this 4-year are already upon us. We've been crumbling the old matrices to build the new strong foundations. And although this is still a sliding door, meaning that we have not fully arrived in the new, this month of 11, this 11 November month is really activating that new. You know, we've cleaned out the closets, we've revisited the old timelines, we've made amends, we've made peace, we've worked through the ancestry, and now we are ready for the new. Which brings us also to, it's a 6 universal month, and 6 really brings in the energy of compassion, of grace, of love. It's the number of the mother, of the nurturer. So this new beginning with all this intensity also comes with a bit of a nurturing energy, that it's safe to make the transitions. It's safe to step into the new, that there's a lot of compassion and a lot of grace both in and around you to come into this new frequency and to allow for it. It's like a big numerological hug. I love that. And it's about being unconditional with the love, right? It's an unconditional love. So wherever you put condition on your success, on your partnerships, on your relationships, on your freedom, wherever you put conditions on it, it's about you moving into an unconditional new frequency of allowance of that which is meant to be for your higher good. So shall it be. And you move almost with effortlessness into the ascension of the new and allow for it, as opposed to be resisting from the matrix of the mind that says I should. Now you move into I can, because you can. And really coming with that spiritual illumination. We never break down the master numbers, but if we are to take the frequency of the two, it is about partnership. It is about moving out of that duality and moving into balance, harmony, and partnership in your new beginnings. And that partnership is always first with self. It's always with self. It's the union of self, higher self, to wisdom self, to physical self, to emotional self, to spirit self, to consciousness self, right? It's always that connection to self first, and it's the connection to source. And when those two are amplified and anchored at their highest frequency, then everything else miraculously falls into place and into divine order. So this also brings up something that's very exciting, which is the 1111 Ascension Portal. So on the 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, I am going to do a live channeled activation. The information is below. Be sure to sign up. And this is gateway, I want to say like portal 1, that then takes us to the 1212, that then brings us to the third initiation of this, which is the winter solstice, 12/21/20. It is the culmination of all of these efforts that we've done for these last 8 to 12 years. And it is really truly where we usher in the golden age of Aquarius. So these are stair steps, the 11/11, 12/12 to the 12/12/21, which is the of illumination as we move into this golden age of Aquarius, which is a significant shift in the frequency and the consciousness of all of humanity. We have been moving towards this for so long, and now we are approaching it. So do not miss the initiation activation of the 1111 that primes and prepares. Everything has been leading to this, to prime and prepare the frequency for your greatest reveal, for your greatest expression, for your greatest knowing, to strip away the illusions of the old and to allow for the manifestation of your truest soul's wisdom to express the way you agreed to express it here on planet Earth in this now moment. It is now. We are there. Be sure to sign up to take the journey so we can move together. We rise together. We move together. You are not alone. The 11 is the one, and the one standing next to each other in mastery. You are the master. We stand together, we rise as one, and we usher a new earth through the frequency and the portal of our awakening. I'm excited, can you tell? So, we're also going to be moving with that. It's going to be a stripping away of the last remains of I'm going to call it the pollution right now. That's what's coming in from guidance, but a stripping away of the calcification of the pineal gland that has kept us in illusionary shadow looking for too long, to really open, right? Open and reveal from your intuitive GPS system, from your God's positioning system, goddess positioning system, from your greatest intuitive knowing. We will activate the ascension for the pineal gland to move to next level frequency and full fifth dimensionality, to be receptive to the information that is coming. It's also going to be balancing the duality of the masculine and the feminine, both within, so that then it can be mirrored to the external. So potent, join us. And then I would love to just talk about the 4, what my guides brought in is the 4 key components to be mindful of this month. And they're the 4 Ps. Patience, protection, peace, and perseverance. So first, your patience. Your patience is so greatly appreciated. Everyone is popping through this matrix in their own frequency. And the more elevated your frequency is, almost the harder it can be to see where those that you love are still perhaps stuck in the lower densities. It takes so much patience. It takes so much willingness, patience with self, where you're up against your own old egoic ideals that are begging for transformation, right? It takes patience. It takes love. Honor that number of the 6. Be the nurturer. Be the mother of your own ascension. Be in patience with yourself if you slip back. And definitely be in an expression of patience with the collective at large. We are here to we are here to usher us together. And that requires patience and presence, which is not a word that came in, but presence is always the prevailing P. So we'll add that as the 5th. Your presence is what allows you to be in your patience. Neutrality is your goal. Stand in neutrality in all things so that you can be your greatest conduit of expression of love that is unconditional. This is how we birth ourselves, how we birth a planet through the portal of something that is so extraordinary that I do not believe that we have any idea, really. Like, we can lick the sky of it, but I do not believe we have the full comprehension of how significant this time is. So your patience is so appreciated. Protection. Now, there's a lot of ways to go about this. When I was given this word, I sat with it in a lot of ways and asked for more explanation. It's really important, especially as you are in your ascension model, as you are awakening, as you are decalcifying the illusions and seeing more with your real eyes what's available. It's really important to protect your energy body. And there's so many ways to do this. I like to use the color gold. I use rings upon rings upon rings upon rings upon rings, like a filtration system of gold energy, so that I can stay in my bubble of light. I can do my best to stay in my bubble of light. And I like to play with the color pink as well. So gold being a high vibrational color, pink being an exchange of love, being in that vortex, right, where you are sovereign at your highest degree and always available for the exchange of love. It's also important to purify when you're in that protection bubble. So several times a day, just running light, running frequency, running water, running whatever it is you choose for purification. So protect your energy body. There's also something about using your wisdom to protect your physical plane as well. And I'm not sure yet what that means. We'll pray into that a little bit and see what that next level of physical protection means. But for now, what they're saying is protecting from the light body arena is going to be significant, and to not attach to protection from the old fear-based model. That's the idea of I have to protect my assets, I have to protect my home. It's like you protect from a frequency of light. It's a different concept, because in 5th dimensionality, we are not fighting against, we are creating with. So that makes protection look and feel different in a higher frequency. Peace, 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 peace. Be it, live it, love it, exude it, seek for more of it. Be the peace. They're saying that is the significant piece of the missing piece of the puzzle. So wherever you can, be in your peace. And this is not easy right now. It is not easy right now because we are getting pushed on every level, and it is very uncomfortable. And the space to go to is always neutral. Always come back to neutral. You do not have to convince anyone of what the truth is just because it's your truth. They can find the truth. Everyone has the capacity to find the truth in their own wisdom. Where you're finding yourself needing to convince, you've left your oracle of peace, your orb of peace, and you've moved into a lower density dimensionality of convincing, right? If we move back into the wholeness, into the frequency of oneness, you can move through this world no matter what happens, and it will get extreme. You can do so with peace and with love in your heart and with light being the vehicle of which you deliver. And finally, perseverance. Do not give up. You are almost to the, I want to say the finish line, which is really the beginning line, right? It's really the beginning. We get to the finish line of this expression only to begin the new life. It's like moving to the new home, right? You have to clean out all the old stuff, and that's hard, and you get rid of stuff, and you can't wait to get to the new house to unpack and start living. We are almost to the new home, to unpack it and get living in the new frequency. Do not give up. You are not alone. Your perseverance is so appreciated. And you get there through neutrality and with an expectation that something so phenomenal and so extraordinary is coming for you that you cannot wait to receive it in its fullest frequency. Do not give up. Do not get just to the edge and crumble back to the old patterns. Be so perseverant of your truth, of your vision, of your light, of your hope, that nothing else can take the place of your perseverance, of your vision, of your truth, and of your light. Do not stop. I am sending eternal, unconditional love to the depths of your eternal light. Thank you for your service here on planet Earth. Keep going. You are the culmination of all of the change that has ever been. It starts within you, expands outside of you, and together we rise, and together we usher in a new Earth. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Know that you are loved. Know that you are not alone. And thank you for your service here on this earth at this time. Have a blessed November. I love you.